Cashflow Quadrant. A summary of Robert Kiyosaki's book. How to Achieve Financial Freedom by Choosing the Right Quadrant. Hello and welcome to my summary of Cashflow Quadrant, a book by Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In this book, Kiyosaki explains the 4 different ways that people make money and how they affect their financial situation. He also shows how to move from the left side of the quadrant, where most people are stuck in the rat race, to the right side, where wealth and freedom are possible. If you want to learn how to create passive income and achieve financial independence, this book is for you. In this summary, I will cover the main points of the book and give you some practical tips on how to apply them in your life. Let's get started. What is the Cashflow Quadrant? The Cashflow Quadrant is a simple diagram that divides people into 4 categories based on how they earn their income. These categories are: E stands for employee. These are people who work for someone else and exchange their time for money. They have a job and a boss, and they pay taxes on their income. They are the most common and the most vulnerable group, as they depend on a paycheck and have little control over their income and expenses. S stands for self-employed. These are people who own their own job and work for themselves. They are professionals, consultants, freelancers, or small business owners. They have more freedom and flexibility than employees, but they still trade their time for money. They pay taxes on their income and are responsible for all the expenses and risks of their business. B stands for business owner. These are people who own a system and have people work for them. They are entrepreneurs, investors, or large business owners. They create passive income by leveraging other people's time, money, and skills. They pay taxes on their profits and have more control over their income and expenses. I stands for investor. These are people who own assets that generate income for them. They are savers, lenders, or shareholders. They create passive income by investing their money in businesses, real estate, stocks, bonds, or other assets. They pay taxes on their capital gains and have the most control over their income and expenses. According to Kiyosaki, each quadrant has its own mindset, skills, challenges, and rewards. The left side of the quadrant, E and S, is where most people are, and it is characterized by active income, high taxes, low leverage, and high risk. The right side of the quadrant, B and I, is where the rich are, and it is characterized by passive income, low taxes, high leverage, and low risk. The goal of the book is to help you move from the left side to the right side by changing your mindset, acquiring new skills, overcoming challenges, and enjoying the rewards. Why is it important to move to the right side of the quadrant? Kiyosaki argues that moving to the right side of the quadrant is not only desirable, but necessary, especially in the current economic environment. He explains that the world is changing rapidly, and that the old rules of money no longer apply. He warns that the left side of the quadrant is becoming more and more risky and unstable, as technology, globalization, competition, and inflation are eroding the value of labor and money. He predicts that the future will belong to those who can create and control their own sources of income, and that the right side of the quadrant is the only way to achieve that. He also claims that the right side of the quadrant is the only way to achieve financial freedom, which he defines as having enough passive income to cover your expenses for life. He says that financial freedom is not about how much money you have, but how much money you can make without working. He believes that financial freedom is the ultimate goal of life, as it allows you to pursue your passions, fulfill your purpose, and make a positive impact on the world. How to move to the right side of the quadrant? Kiyosaki admits that moving to the right side of the quadrant is not easy, and that it requires a lot of education, action, and perseverance. He says that the biggest obstacle is not the lack of money, but the lack of mindset. He explains that each quadrant has its own way of thinking, and that most people are conditioned to think like employees or self-employed, not like business owners or investors. He says that to move to the right side of the quadrant, you need to change your mindset and adopt the following principles. Think big. Don't limit yourself by your current situation, your fears, or your doubts. Have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and why. Believe in yourself and your potential. Be willing to learn new things and take calculated risks. Think long-term. Don't be distracted by short-term gratification, instant results, or quick fixes. Have a strategic plan and a realistic timeline. Be patient and persistent. Focus on building assets that will generate income for years to come. Think like an owner. Don't be dependent on a job, a boss, or a paycheck. Take responsibility for your own financial destiny. Create your own systems and processes. Hire and train people who can work for you. Delegate and automate as much as possible. Think like an investor. Don't spend your money on liabilities that take money out of your pocket. Invest your money in assets that put money into your pocket. Understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Use leverage to multiply your returns. Diversify your portfolio and manage your risk. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of financial education, which he defines as the ability to understand how money works and how to make it work for you. He says that most people are financially illiterate, and that the traditional school system does not teach the skills and knowledge that are needed to succeed in the new economy. He says that to move to the right side of the quadrant, you need to educate yourself on the following topics. Accounting. Learn how to read and interpret financial statements, such as income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements. Learn how to measure your income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. Learn how to calculate your net worth and your cash flow. Investing. Learn how to analyze and evaluate different types of investments, such as businesses, real estate, stocks, bonds, or commodities. Learn how to assess the risk, return, and tax implications of each investment. Learn how to diversify your portfolio and hedge your positions. Marketing. Learn how to identify and serve the needs and wants of your target market. Learn how to create and communicate your unique value proposition. Learn how to attract and retain customers and clients. Learn how to generate and increase sales and profits. Law. Learn how to protect your assets and income from lawsuits, creditors, and taxes. Learn how to use legal entities, such as corporations, trusts, or partnerships, to reduce your liability and tax exposure. Learn how to comply with the laws and regulations that affect your business and investments. Kiyosaki also recommends finding mentors, coaches, and advisors who can guide you, support you, and challenge you along the way. He says that you don't have to do it alone, and that you can learn from the experiences and mistakes of others who have already achieved what you want to achieve. He says that you should surround yourself with people who share your vision, values, and goals, and who can inspire you, motivate you, and hold you accountable. Conclusion. Cashflow Quadrant is a book that can change your life if you apply its principles and strategies. It can help you understand how money works and how to make it work for you. It can help you move from the left side of the quadrant, where you are trapped in the rat race, to the right side of the quadrant, where you can enjoy financial freedom and abundance. It can help you achieve your dreams and make a difference in the world. I hope you enjoyed this summary and that you will take action on what you learned. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.